How's it going, guys? If you haven't seen, Johnny Boy made a video about a boost hack where you playing and the player can press a button and it will instantly keep it at supersonic using just enough boost to keep it at supersonic, and it will directly aim at the player instantly no matter what he does. It's like the reaction to be just too good to be human. And there's also Lawler's video and Reddit posts about actual hacks. There's a TikToker playing with just full-on blatant hacks with the words all down the screen. I thought that was what this video was about, but it's not. There are bots in the game like this, the Nexus bot and then the Nexus bot, I think it is called, because there's videos like Nexus versus Nexus 2 or whatever. But this video, someone was actually using in 1v1 comp that it's just a bot. It's just, I don't know whether you can like program it to be your account.
Rocket League so good is that you can't really hack inside this game. But recently there was a Reddit post claiming to have played against a player in GC1 ranked 1v1 that they suspected to be a bot. So I reached out to this player to get the replay file so we could take a closer look. And it's a little bit weird. I need to show you guys this. This player, they don't act normally at all. They have about 6 different things that really make it kind of obvious that this player is not real. That
Player, by the way.
Bot inside the game. Someone has managed to find a way to hack the game and get a bot to play for them. So let's take a look.
So yeah, I don't know if Timmy can just like put in some code and have the bot actually play on his account to get him
like I
GC.
said, this player has around 6 different things that they do a little bit strangely, or you know, a little bit too well in some areas.
Well, I'll just pause it here. So this is where I realized he was talking about the bot. Like, it's an actual bot. I saw the kickoff. This is where I went to the start and started talking to you guys, because I realized, hold on, this is something.
Like I said, this player isn't perfect, but some of the stuff they do.
Player, by the way.
Is very strange. So if we look at the first kickoff of the game, you'll notice that the player doesn't boost instantly. He waits a little second and he instantly snaps his car to the left. A very, very rigid movement.
I mean,
and you go, Jack, any player can do that. I can turn to the left.
You go, Jack, it was a shit kickoff. What do you mean?
His momentum of the car doesn't follow through. He instantly snaps, and that's it. The car is done. The car's locked forward, and then it snaps again. The car's locked forward. The movement is completely off. This does not happen, I promise you. And it's not the fact that it happens once, because every player can do it once. This player does it multiple times throughout the whole replay. I'll let you guys watch the replay for a little bit, commenting on some stuff I see, but kickoffs was a big thing. You'll notice that this player has very, very good flicks, very, very good catches where they get the ball on top of their car and they can instantly flick it. If we go back here real quick, you'll notice that this player doesn't turn ball cam off once. If you check the entire replay, he can't turn ball cam off. It's impossible for him to do.
He can't, it's impossible.
And that's strange enough as itself, but to be able to navigate through big boost pads like this is very, very weird. Being able to do it with ball cam, you know, on the entire time, it's not right.
I don't know what you want from me.
You know, players can do it,
it's,
but I know that players at lower ranks will struggle to do that, especially, you know, like...
It's just funny, because there used to be, like, camera bugs where the boost wouldn't spawn, or it would show you were in ball cam the whole time when you just weren't, but...
So especially
I'm guessing this isn't it.
Even players at pro, they'll miss boost
he is
pads
in ball cam the whole time.
Come off once. I want to point out this aerial real quick, and just to save it for later. Notice how he instantly double jumps, turns to the ball. And what I always talk about, right, a perfect player, I always
Did he even hit the ball though?
And notice how he instantly double jumps, turns to the ball. And what I always
but
talk
he's
about,
bad.
Right, a perfect player, I always talk about how I want to be, my mechanics to be bot-like. And this is exactly what I'm on about, where you instantly just double jump, turn to the ball. This player can do that where it's not human to be able to do that as fast as he can. He missed the ball, don't get me wrong, he missed it. The player isn't, the player's not great. He has some very, very good areas.
Thank you for telling me that, Jack.
Areas.
Whoops.
But, you know, exactly there's another just turning ball come off. He also does this very, very strange movement where you'll notice that this is the first time this happens in this replay. The player jumps or flips instantly as soon as they land from something. If you check here,
What? The AI still
fencing
learning or
allows-
something?
Look how fast he
That's
moves again.
scary.
That's not good, by the way. That's not good movement. We're not saying that this bot is perfect, but it's strange. You know, players don't do that, and you'll see that it happens multiple times throughout this entire replay. There's, I think, 2 or 3 more times where it's, you know, it's happening, and one is very strange that I'll talk about later on. In a second, you'll see a very good catch into a perfectly timed flick, and look at that. There's the first. Actually, no, you saw a goal previously. If you paid attention to the last 2 goals, you'll notice that the player doesn't celebrate at all after the goal. If we, you know, look at this again,
It's just frozen.
really good.
Coding doesn't know what to do. It's just like, yeah, job done.
But it's about how many times they can do it in a row in the game. As soon as the goal goes in, instantly, no more movement on the car from the player. And that is.
And even put player in.
my
I love
opinion,
that.
you know, the biggest or one of the biggest signs. It's, you know, you'll go Jack, like any player can, you know, not celebrate and not move their car after scoring. Do you guys? Yeah,
Every
course,
time,
no. I
no.
don't know what that is, by the way. But,
Okay.
you guys.
No, every player at least once. You don't just do it. I've like hit the brakes and frozen just to be toxic, but yeah, no, you do something when you score a goal.
Yeah, of course.
And
right,
also,
I don't know what that is, by the way.
nice.
But yeah, any player can do it, but do they do it on every goal replay? If you notice, if you pay attention to all the goals, I think it's 11 out of 13 goals in this replay, the player doesn't move a single inch. 2 of the goals, the player just boosts. They just carry on using their boost after the goal goes in, and they just use all their boosts as if they've got it taped down.
What?
In a second, you'll notice the player jumps again, instantly upon landing. Again, every player can do this. Do they do it every time? Weird movement. It's very, very strange. No reaction from the, you know, no celebration from the goal, not even a single inch of movement. No reaction. Do it every time. Weird movement. It's very, very strange. No reaction from the, no celebration.
I wanted to see like if he was
not even a
holding
single
boost, whether that was why he keeps holding the
Again, a
boost
weird
on the
kickoff where
replay.
they delay it. You know, you're looking at this replay, you're picking up all these things that happen every single time. I want to point out this real quickly. The player doesn't turn ball cam off at all. Where is he? Over here. The player doesn't
Nice
turn ball cam off at
flick,
all.
by the way.
As soon as they pick up this boost pad, they'll do one small correction of their car, instantly boost. They won't turn their, you know, car until they're done boosting. And it's just small movement like this, where I'm sure the high-level players watching, you know, this video will see that this doesn't.
They'll just be like, "Yo, that's dodgy." What? Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
This doesn't happen. You know, that's all I can, you know, explain it as, is that players don't move.
I should have gone for a
like
doomsday.
this every single, you know, time. It's very, very weird.
AI is lost.
Nothing else happens, you know, that's a telltale sign for a little bit. You know, strange defending here, but that's not really, you know, something to show anything. And this is just a pretty regular counter-attack. So there's certain times where, you know, this player looks real. Like, all the stuff there looks fine. No reaction off the goal instantly as soon as the goal explosion goes off. You know, but a player can do that. You know, maybe it's not a bot. And then we go to this kickoff, right?
Oh no.
If you have a really, you know, good memory, you would have seen this kickoff before at some point in this game. If we take a look to this kickoff, right? And if you have a really, you know, good memory, you would have seen this kickoff before at some point in this game. If we take a closer look at this kickoff, guys, you would have seen it at the very first kickoff of the game. The player does the exact same movement, or pretty much identical. It's not exactly identical. The player slightly boosts. I think he boosts slightly more delayed on the second kickoff here. But in the first kickoff, if we go back to it, he boosts at a near time, or a near exact time than this one. If we slow this down here, go to 5%, take a look. This player boosts as his front of his car touches the boost pad, right? And not only that, he also turns slightly to the left, You'll remember me talking about it. Turn slightly to the left, done. That movement, remember that movement. And also remember that slight turn to the right. Now we take a look at this this kickoff here. And you'll notice that nothing really changes. The player starts boosting just as his nose hits the front of the boost pad, and if we take a look at his actual car and his actual turn, he does the exact same movement where his car snaps perfectly at the same time as the other kickoff to the left, and again slightly to the right just before he's about to make contact with the delayed kickoff. And those two kickoffs, in my opinion, are possibly the biggest, tell that this is
the part where the
not a
bot
real
just
player.
isn't good
Because,
is where it is
again,
that makes it obvious
yes,
it's a bot.
a player can, make pretty identical kickoffs, but a kickoff that's as strange as that, it doesn't happen. Every kickoff they delay it, and they do a near, similar thing every single time. You'll notice that the player doesn't fake anything because they don't have a brain. They don't have things that they do differently, right?
The
Well,
toxic.
they do, but
Yeah,
my
Jack.
theory, I
It's
don't
like
know
that's what
anything
every other
about,
Rocket League player
bots,
tells me.
Rocket
Why are you
bots
telling me
games,
to have a
but
brain?
when it's about to make a decision, it's made a decision, it's not going to change from that decision, right? So here, for example, the player drives up the wall, it won't turn back down the wall, it will just hit the ball. That's all it's going to do. It's not going to fake it and go low, it's not going to do any of that stuff. If it wants to go for a ball, it's just going to go. Again, another boost pack pickup without the ball come off. And it's just very, very small stuff like this, where I'm sure a lot of you will go, Jack, you're out of your mind, but where if you take a look, if we slow this one down, they will instantly, it's just short, snappy movement like this, where they instantly turn to the left and then just bang, perfectly in line with the ball. Yeah, it looks simple. It's just not simple at all. Like, they don't do that. This one I don't know about. Like, the player touches the ball to go for a dribble. He doesn't, because he has ball come off, he can't see the ball. He can't see the player, sorry. But he still pops it at a perfect time. Now, I don't know if they were going to do that regardless of whether the player turned or not, but it looks very strange. This is one of the two goal celebrations where the player actually does something. This is only one of the two goal celebrations in the entire replay where the player does something.
So he wasn't.
And all he does is just take
Was
that
he?
boost. He won't move
Was
his
he
car.
was he holding boost before it went in? I still don't think he was. I don't understand. Alright, sorry. I watched the video. I'm sorry. Sorry.
And all he does is just tape down boost. He won't move his car. He just tapes down boost throughout the entire goal celebration. That's weird. Like, that's all they do. In any of the goal celebrations, they'll just not move or just tape down boost. It's strange. Here,
What a
again,
flick.
something most players can do, but very, very accurate, perfect flick where the ball doesn't bobble on top of their car, which means that they can instantly launch a flick. It's not normal, guys. It's not normal. Again, another couple of boost pads without, turning ball come off. It's just funny watching the replay. It's like, I can't believe that this has managed to find a way into. Actually, I can believe it because the game. I think it is.
I've talked about there's already bots in the game. I don't know how hard it is to take the code, but surely if you're a coder, if you know what you're doing, it just can't be that hard to take the code, move it here, put it here. I don't know what I'm talking about, but surely someone can do it. There's thousands of bots in this game.
Movement, catches, and dribbling that look a little too precise for a human. The playstyle of Nice Flick reminded some commenters of Nexto, the 250,000 hour bot that I played in a video a while back and managed to beat. Definitely on my first try. But I have to agree with that commenter. It does look like someone has figured out a way to deploy Nexto into ranked.
People use bots as training packs. It's like, I'm warming up on Letterman's Hoops. What are you doing? I was going to play some ones, and I don't play ones. I warm up against Nexus. It's been in the game for. I was going to say a year, but I don't know if it's been in the game for a year, but maybe it has. What do I know?
Fairly simple to be able to do this with Unreal Engine 3 being on the game. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that too much. But This
So
player,
what, on
if
Unreal
you'll
Engine
notice,
5?
We'll start to see that the
Just
player,
fixed,
we saw it once
please?
in this replay already. The
Rocket
player
League?
double jumps into every ball, or most balls. He doesn't really take a single jump and flip. He also double jumps very, very strangely quickly, and also at a perfect time. So the player's about to flick the ball. As soon as the player on the other team, you know, jumps and is about to flick this ball, he double jumps instantly in like perfectly in line with the ball. And you go, oh well, you know, every player can do that. But then he doesn't air roll. He does not air roll once in this replay apart from recovering. He won't jump up to the ball and, you know, air roll too much going for the shot. He might
No,
air
he
roll
doesn't. He doesn't air roll at all for the shot, does he?
Does not air roll once in this replay apart from recovering. He won't jump up to the ball and, you know, air roll too much going for the shot. He might air roll slightly a bit to recover, and that's it. And it's just very bot-like movement. If you have to
Wait, okay, I get it. He's just stopped. It's not moving, but that celebration was cool. Look at this guy.
And it's just very bot-like movement. If you had to describe a bot in Rocket League, you think they would play like this.
But I get it.
They wouldn't
It's because it was frozen.
much. You know, that kickoff is strange, but I'm not even going to talk about that. You know that.
Fair.
I don't know, guys. For me,
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from me because Jack's talking facts. Jack is correct here. I don't know what you want me to say about it.
Yeah, I will. For me, if this is a real player, I will do something for him. You know, I'll get him in. I'll play like 20 games with him or something because this is ridiculous. If you somehow manage to convince everyone that he's a bot, I refuse to admit it. I refuse to.
Wait, so if this is how he actually plays, he's going to teach him how to. If you have mechanics like this and you're like, this is how you actually play, he could teach you. But yeah, no, if Jack thinks that he's like just pretending to be a bot, yeah, shout him out. Do something from Jack.
I believe that it's not a bot here. You know, everyone in the comments thinks it was a bot in the post, or most people do. There's also someone else. Garrett G recently posted today. Actually, I tried to get the replay, but I don't think he's awake whilst I'm recording this.
Nice.
He posted a video where he believes he played a bot in 1902s. 1902s. This is GC1. He played a bot in 1900, and he does almost identical stuff to this bot. If we take a look here at this video that Garrett G posted on Twitter, shout out to him. He found a bot in 1900 ranked, like I said, and if you see, he perfectly flicks the ball and catches the ball, just like the player we're looking at currently. You know, he doesn't really flip into the ball, he'll just double jump with strange shots and strange hits. His kickoffs, again, are weird, and this is in a pro lobby, guys. Pro players don't go for the same kickoff as their teammates, but this guy has Drees, a pro player on his team, and he's going for all of the kickoffs, and he's not flipping at all throughout the kickoff like we see in our replay. Everything that this player is doing right now is very similar to the things that, you know, our player is doing. Again, another double commit on a kickoff. This isn't natural. You know, this player is not real. If you notice, when the goal goes in, no celebration if you're paying, you know, close attention. And, you know, stuff like this is exactly like what we're seeing. It's strange stuff. It's not real. It's not human-like. And, again, another, you know, perfect catch into a flick, and that was on 0 seconds. So this stuff is strange.
So yeah, that just proves it. You can do it anywhere. Like, you're gonna look at this and be like, oh yeah, this is only GC1 and once, which is a high ranked, by the way. Don't get me wrong. What's in the? But I mean, it's an AI. Surely, if you program it, surely it's not hard to make its kickoffs better. Make it do some other things, and we're in trouble.
If we go back,
Rocket
to
League is in trouble.
I want to point out this. Earlier in the replay, I told you guys that this player seems to flip as soon as they land, or they jump as soon as they land, and which is very, very weird. If you notice here, again, on recovery, the player flips once, it will land, and he instantly flips again. Grabs the boost for that ball cam, fair enough, everyone can do that, but this movement is just weird. Players don't do that. They will wait at least half a second, they'll drive slightly and then flip. Everyone knows that. You don't just flip as soon as you land because your car hasn't, you know, completely recovered. Players at this rank know that. Every player in the world would not do this, right? But what if somehow, now I don't know, but what if somehow this is faster? You know, what if somehow this bot actually is doing a faster way to completely, you know, get his flip done in a short period of time? Because if you notice, his car, the nose of his car actually hits the floor as he flips for a second time, and that's actually the reason why none of us do it, because it looks messy. But what if, even if it looks messy, it's slightly faster? Now I don't know. Again, the bot isn't, you know, better than pro players or better than, you know, most players. Well, it's better than most players because it's very high ranked, but it's not, you know, better than the best players in the game. But perhaps it still does know things, you know, like this flip timing, which is quicker to recover. I don't know. The flip looks slightly faster to me because the nose hits the floor, so someone's propelling the car upwards.
No, well, I was
the flip looks, you know, like this flip timing, which is quicker to recover.
It might just be because it's on.
I don't know.
Video,
the flip
but it
looks
kind
slightly
of
faster to me because the nose hits the floor.
Does look
so
faster.
Someone's propelling the car upwards, but again, you know, I'm just speculating. But stuff like that, you know, flipping instantly upon landing, jumping instantly upon landing, doesn't make sense. This is the clip that was used on Reddit. You'll notice that the player flicks the ball and catches the ball perfectly 3 times in a row. That second one right there is the best one of all. He instantly catches the ball and is able to flick it, you know, perfectly, very fast after catching it. Again, every player can do it. Can every player do it as consistently as this guy? Definitely not. Another nice catch, you know, pretty perfectly accurate flick off the post. The player finally gets the goal, and this is the second and last goal explosion, you know, celebration that this player will do. He doesn't move at all, he just boosts, and that's all. He moves slightly there, and that's it. The player doesn't move in goal celebrations, only 2 of them he'll boost. Very strange.
It's almost the instinct that you land on the screen and really strike it.
Very similar kickoff, delayed boost at, you know, pretty similar time as before.
Do anything, you don't just faceplant.
The player doesn't, you know, seem to go
The
for
fuck
demos.
that
I don't know
replay
if
was.
that's a thing that the bots that are being created in Rocket League, you know, don't do. But again, I'm just speculating. It's just not natural. You know, players are more, you know, likely to go for demos, go for bumps, and do other stuff rather than just focus on the ball all the time. You know, this player is completely focused on the ball. You know, he doesn't turn ball come off at all. No bumps, no demos. It's very strange. And it's 8-4. The guy is absolutely annihilating his opponent. Again, take a look here. Another double jump. Just perfectly, instantly into the ball. And you'll notice, actually, this one isn't even the best one to point this out. There's another one in about 20 seconds. But here, as soon as he hits the ball, if we slow this down, as soon as he hits the ball, his car instantly, or almost instantly, will air roll to correct itself in the air very, very quickly. Notice how fast he air rolls after hitting the ball. And there's one in about 20 seconds which is done much quicker, but if we speed this up slightly so you can see it a bit more, instantly air roll and they will land. Again, it's not that the actual air roll that is, you know, strange. It's the fact that they do it instantly and they don't have to correct it. As soon as they air roll, they're done. They're not trying to air roll slightly to the left or slightly to the right to make sure their car is about to land correctly, which is what we do.
Because it's programmed.
That's what even pro players do. This one's the worst one. He'll hit the ball, done. Air roll slightly, and there's no extra movement in the air. It's completely bot-like. And that's the only way you can describe it. It's completely robotic. Look, he's just contacted the ball, slow it down to about 50%. Bang.
Nice.
You see that small air roll right there?
That's it.
Very, very minimal
That's
air roll,
it.
which is extremely difficult to do, especially on, you know, controller, and, you know, even, well, anything for a human. Being able to slightly air roll that much, just a little bit, and then just stop air rolling at all, you know, completely done, completely landing perfectly. I don't see that. And that's a forfeit. 9-4. The player has completely, you know, annihilated the opponent at, I think this was GC1 rank. Guys, for me, this is evidently not a real player. You know,
True. I want to know what you guys think.
Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think this is a bot? If so, tell me why.
8:45. He heads towards the wall rather than the goal, following the trajectory of the ball, ignoring the fact the wall is in the way.
Yes, a player can, make pretty
It's bad!
Again. Yes, a player can,
Just is what it is. It's a bot. It is not a real human. So I'm guessing that. It's definitely a bot, no human moves, apparently hacked. Nice. Regarding the flipping instantly it lands, the bot was developed in an environment which had no delay. Sorry, I read that too fast for even me to fucking... The bot was developed in an environment which had no delay and relies on timing heavily. In its internal calculations, it is flipping already because in the training environment it would have worked. However, with the ping and when playing online, etc., it does not. And what? So is it about? So because of ping, if you had 0 ping, if you flipped as soon as you landed, it would be okay. But because it's on an online game, if you flip as soon as you land, it's. So is it faster? Is it? Does that mean it is faster? Jack just gave the consent. He needed no unstoppable. Well, sugar. This has to spoken and shown ever. Yeah, no, Psylix, Epic Games, or Epic Games own it now, don't they? Something needs to be done. True.